Right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hacking Self-Storage. It's Monday morning, and that can only mean one thing. We are going through my week in numbers. Okay, I've got a very, very special episode on Wednesday for you guys. I will get back to doing some interviews. I do promise you. And for the people who have contacted me, asking me to do interviews, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate you. And yeah, we'll get everything lined up. If you do want to come on the show, don't forget to email me, deanbooty@icloud.com, BOOTY @icloud.com. Love to have you. You don't have to be the CEO of SafeStore or anything like that. You just need to, I don't know, just be in self-storage in some capacity. I would love it. I would love to, I love talking to anybody in the industry, whether you're a sales guy, girl, whether you're a manager, whether you're an assistant manager, whatever you are. I just love, because you can always learn something from somebody else. This is why I love LinkedIn. I learn so much from listening and watching different people's opinions. So yes, we will get back to the interviews, but this week I've had so much on in terms of trying to develop the pathway for the company, and also funding. I need to borrow £1.75 million. So I'm going to tell you all about that on Wednesday, because I think it's important to document my journey. I'm very aware that this is going to live on forever. And I want to see I want my kids' kids to watch this as well. And it's kind of like me documenting the journey from start, where we had very, very little money coming in when we first started. I mean, God, I started this podcast a long time ago, started doing the weekly figures a long time ago. And you can see how we've grown from where we was. I don't know, maybe we started when it was £20,000 a month takings. And obviously now we're over 70. And so it's nice to document that journey. And I want to be able to look back when we float on the stock exchange. Yes, I said that. When we float on the stock exchange, in however many years that will be, but that will happen. That will happen. I want to be able to look back and see pinnacle moments. And I believe this week is one of those pinnacle moments for funding for a £1.75 million freehold venture that we are going into. And I'm going to document the whole journey. I'm going to tell you about it. And the idea is that every single episode that I do, I want it to bring you guys some sort of value, to get something out of it. And if I just document my journey and what I believe is the right way to take my business, hopefully people will get some value out of it. If you're ahead of me on the curve, then obviously you can see what I'm doing. You can see my mistakes I'm making. You can see the I don't know, the successes I'm having, the wins, the losses. You can see it all, and you can look at it from your perspective, from being ahead of me. There's so many people ahead of me in the self-storage industry, but I understand as well there's so many people who are behind me on this journey, who are just starting on this journey, and it's nice for them to see my breadcrumbs, and maybe they can follow it, they can copy, they can I don't know, just use my information, my experience, and they can take the breadcrumbs and follow the path, or use their own path. Instead of following my path, think, yeah, do you know what? I like what I did there, but I don't like what I did here. I'm going to do something different. And so whatever stage of the journey we're on, we can all learn from somebody else. We can all take something away. And so hopefully, whatever stage of a journey you're on in the self-storage industry, then you can get something from my progress and what we're doing. So last week, so that's Wednesday, by the way. Wednesday, I'm going to document the whole journey. I'm going to try and record that today. And yeah, and it'll be all ready for you guys Wednesday. And no holds barred. I will be telling you everything. I'll also be being real honest about money. And where the hell are we getting it from? Because I don't know. I don't know why I spoke real high. He said, I'm doing it now. Oh no, I'm still doing it. Stop. Right. So yeah, I'm going to tell you all that on Wednesday. Right. So last week, you will know that I didn't do an episode on Monday. The reason being is because I was on holiday and I didn't take any of my microphones away with me. I didn't take my laptop away with me. So I couldn't actually do an episode. So what I'm going to do is really, really quickly right now is run through last week's week in numbers. So this is the week ending 18th of the 7th. Just pick out the big bits and pieces for you. So we had 38 quotes. We had 12 reservations. That was a conversion rate of quotes to reservations of 32%. We had 11 move-ins, which means that was a conversion rate of 29%. We moved in 935 square foot and one extra 25 square foot for an existing customer, which meant we moved in a total of 960 square foot. We lost 685 square foot. So it was a positive of 275 last week. Most of our quotes came from Google, 66% came from Google. Passing by, we've got 18%. Word of mouth, we got 8%. Used before, we had 3%. Removals and leaflets, we had 3% as well. Total internal rooms occupied was 401 at the end, so we're above that magic 400 number, which I like to see. However, we're not there anymore. That's an insight into this week's or last week's just gone. We had one container move in, so we've got 26 containers rented out. We was at a store occupancy of 89%. And what else? We did an average insurance of £4,727. And then so we had the information for the next week, move-ins for next week. We had 7 move-ins due, 510 square foot due in, and 750 square foot move in out. So we should have lost around about 240 square foot last week, which is last week, basically the next week for the what I'm talking about now, but it's last week where we are right now. Hopefully you get that. God, I'm crap at explaining things. So I can tell you that it's worse than that. But we'll get to that. Revenue, weekly revenue. We took last week, as it opens, we took £19,900 at Stormore. We had £808 about bounce direct debits. Wow. We had £3,599 at Beverly taken. So we took £23,530 overall. If anybody wants to know my breakdowns, by the way, of direct debits to all the rest of it, out of £19,900, we took £13,502 worth of direct debits at Stormore, and at Beverly we took £1,931 at Beverly out of £3,599 for direct debits. Right, so that's my last week in numbers, a big overview for you. So what I'm going to do is have a quick word from our sponsor, and then I'm going to tell you this week's what we've just done. And we had a negative week, unfortunately. Right, here's a word from our sponsor. Okay, we're back. Right, so this is last week. Just want to confirm, this is last week. Amount of quotes, we had 41 quotes last week. So the quotes are trending up a little bit from last week. Still not at the massive highs there was a couple of weeks ago. Maybe that's because, I don't know, maybe we haven't done anything with our marketing. We're still marketing the shit out of it. So we're still doing a lot there. And still spending like £4,000 a month on that. So it can only be because there isn't and we're still number 1 and number 2 for on our what you may call it, on our organic listings. So all I can think is that because of the stamp duty, that's had an impact on our quotes. Love to know what you guys are doing. Any feedback, you're more than welcome to contact me. Love to hear if we're just having a little bit of a quiet spell, or it's the same for around the country. Not a quiet spell, 41 quotes, 5.85 quotes per day. If that's a quiet spell, I'll take it all day long. So 41 quotes is still good. Number of reservations. Okay, so this is bad. This is not good. And again, the reasons could be is because we put up the prices. We have increased the prices 20%. We're 20% more, at least 20% more expensive than Armadillo, which is it making it hard for reservations and move-ins? Yes, probably. So we've got to keep an eye on it, because there's a fine line between revenue management and strangling yourself with your revenue management. You don't want to, it's a fine tightrope that we're walking. And so the good thing is that we're on top of our numbers all the time. I'm aware of it. I'm aware of the situation. We're having a meeting this week with Angela and James, and we will be bringing either an offer or discounting prices once we get below a certain percentage full on certain room sizes. I believe it should be 85%. So if we get below 85% on any room sizes, then we should put an offer in or discount the rooms to try and make that more attractive to customers. So yeah, we're looking at it. We're looking at it. But also our revenue's been absolutely amazing. This month, our revenue, even though we've lost, which currently we're losing around about 900 square foot. Let me just say it again. We're losing 900 square foot this month, and we are still, our true period revenue has increased by £6,000. Whoa. So the main KPI, key performing indicator, is your revenue. And we have performed extremely well, even though we have lost nearly 1,000 square foot. Incredible, incredible. And that is the power, my friends, of revenue management. Just honestly pause it right now and just let that sink in. We've lost square footage, but we've gained £6,000 in true period revenue. We've nearly increased by 10%. It's around about 8 point something percent, 8.9% or something. I don't know exactly. So say 9%. We've increased our revenue by 9% by increasing the prices. And we haven't increased everybody's prices. It's just ongoing over a period of time. Over 6 months, we're increasing everyone's prices. And we're not doing the full 20%. We're doing a maximum of £40 a month is the maximum increase we can give somebody. So a lot of people aren't getting anywhere near 20%, the bigger rooms. So that for me is mind-boggling, mind-blowing, the fact that we can do that. But the thing is, we would never know these things if you don't test them. If you don't test, we'd never know these things. Don't get me wrong. I think next month, the loss of square footage will have an impact to our revenue. But at what point? How much will it? Will it mean our revenue will go down? I'm not so sure. I think it'll stay probably static. That's what I'm hoping. I think it'll stay static with the price increases. I think it'll stay static. So it's just very, very, very interesting to look at. And obviously with the price increases as well, we're building a new report so we can actually see when someone leaves, when they got a price increase, and if there's any correlation between people leaving and the price increase, when they got the price increase, because nobody will ever tell you that they can't afford it. Nobody will ever tell you. It's okay for everybody to say, oh, do you know what? Nobody ever leaves. If when you put up the prices, nobody ever leaves. Nobody ever complains. That is true. Nobody ever complains. Nobody ever leaves. But did they leave? Did they leave? Because you don't know the reason why they're leaving. Most of the time, you don't know. And so hard data telling us when we give them a price increase and how far after that did they leave. That is absolute gold data. But everybody else will tell you that you never, ever see, very, very few people leave or say anything about a price increase. And we don't know if that's true. We know it's true that excuse me, we know it's true that loads of people don't complain. Very, very few people complain about a price increase. Very few people. But that doesn't mean they're not moving out because of a price increase. So we're going to have a look at that data. And obviously, you guys will be the first to hear about it, what we find out. We want to make sure that, yes, we want to be proactive in our price increases. However, we want to make sure that we're not pushing people out and losing our existing customers. And the only way to do that is by measuring it, testing it. And that's what we're doing as well. So I'll keep you updated there. Right, where was I? Oh, you're talking about bloody price increases, money. Yes, so basically, it's been incredible. The price increases for us, we've increased our revenue by 9%, and we've lost square footage this month as well. So, and yeah, we're doing no offers as well. So that's not an impact either. So yeah, interesting stuff there. Right, the amount of reservations is 7 from 41 quotes. So that is 17%. 17% of quotes to reservations. Not good. We've moved in 8, which is 19%, 19.51. So, do you know what? 20% quotes to move-ins. Not good again. However, I don't want you guys to think I'm hitting on the staff here and saying that this isn't good because of the staff, but we know it's not because of the staff. Our staff are absolutely amazing. We're very, 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 very good at our sales process. It's because obviously the prices have gone up, which is going to make it more difficult to convert leads into customers. So we just have to watch out for that one. Number of square foot moved in was 625 square foot. That's all we moved in this week, 625. Other move-ins was none. So total amount of move-ins was 625. Transit versus the Luton. Transit was rented out 5 times. Guess how many the Luton van was rented out? 4. It was rented out 4 times, the Luton van. So the Transit won this week. Where did the quotes come from? The quotes came from Google primarily. What a surprise. 32 came from Google. That's 78%. 10% came from word of mouth. 5% came from passing by. 5% came from social media. 2% came from removals. And the rest of them used before, 0. Bever 24, 0. Estate agent, 0. Blog, 0. Bing, 0. Leaflet, 0. You guys let us down, especially used before. What the hell? And Bever 24, you're letting us down there. Right. So total square foot moved in, 625. Total square foot moved out, 985. Excuse me. I get getting passionate and I can say my voice is a bit croaky. So it was negative 360. We expected a negative week this week, didn't we? However, next week is going to be different. I'm hoping beyond hope, but we might be able to pull it round. Like I said, we're 900 square foot down at the minute for the month, and we total square foot due to move in this week is 1,140. Woo-hoo. There is a chance we can turn it down and have a flat month. That would be amazing. Amount of rooms moved in was 8. Amount of rooms moved out is 11. So we're on the magical 399. So we're so close to 400. Containers in, none. Containers out, 1. So we've got 25 rented out. I believe we've got 28 containers at the minute. Amount of car parking in, 0. So we've got 13 car parking spaces currently. Store occupancy, the big one, we are 88.18%. I want to get back to that 90%. Give all the staff £1,000 bonus each, apart from the wife. She gets enough. Don't you worry about her. Yeah, give all them £1,000 bonus when we got back to 90%, and then we've gone straight down. They're probably trying to get another £1,000 to go above the 90% again. They're not getting it. All right, the weekly average sales. This is good. This is trending in the right direction. £26.33 per move-in. That is what we're doing at the minute. True period revenue is currently at £75,182. So that is good. I want to get to £1 million site. We need to get to £83,333. So yeah, it will be good if we can get there. Total amount of insurance sold for last week is 40,000. So we're averaging £5,000 per move-in, which again is good. We'll really, anything around about the £5,000 mark is where I want to be. So I'm really happy with that. So the amount of move-ins next week is 12. We're due 12 move-ins next week for 1,140 square foot. The amount of move-ins due out is 650. So we're due to make around about 500 square foot, which means we'll be only around about 400 square foot down for the month, which probably isn't too bad. So there is an outside chance that we can, if we just sell 2 containers this week extra, we're there. Obviously, I think the first of the month is a Sunday as well, so it depends when the move-ins and move-outs come, so if they come before Sunday or not. So we'll see how it goes anyway. Okay, the weekly revenue, around about the same as last week, actually. Bounce direct debits. Oh my good God. Wow. 4 figures. 4 figures. This is the first time I've seen this. 4 figures. Wow. Oh my Jesus. But Jesus, I never get to hear about any of these bounce direct debits because I only get to hear about them as and when somebody is over 28 days. That's when I get to hear about them. Okay. So bounce direct debits for Stormore. Oh, ready for this? £1,135 in bounced direct debits. Holy shit. Wow. And that means we took a total of £20,212. So £20,212 we took for Stormore. At Beverley, we took £2,665.41. There was no pence, by the way, at Beverley. It was dead on that figure. So in total, we took £22,877.41. So that was an all right week, I suppose. Let's have a look at revenue check. So at Stormore, we are supposed to be taking £72,256.93. At this point, the actual revenue says we are taking £69,082.62. So we're £3,174.31 down at the minute. But I'm sure we'll catch that up rapidly, I believe, this week. I really do believe it'll be nearly a positive. So yeah, not too bad. Beverley, true period revenue is £12,161.32, and we've actually taken £10,225.62. So that's a negative £1,935.70. So yeah, good. It's not what I say good. I believe we'll catch up. We'll probably be negative on both, but we've had a really good run of being positive. So that's not surprising. Is there anything else? Only thing I can tell you is back for both sites that we'll be taking direct debits are £17,119.19 across the 2 sites this week. So it will be another plus £20,000 week as well. All right, my friends, I believe that is everything. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, and I'll speak to you Wednesday when I'm going to get into my big £1.75 million acquisition. And if we can do it, if we can't do it, well, to be honest, I don't know yet. We'll see. But I'll tell you about the offer. I'll tell you about the process. I'll tell you the whole shebang. All right, my friends, thank you so much for tuning in. By the way, I'm loving all the emails since I've been away. That microsite email, I'm going to have to do microsite podcast has been, without doubt, my most popular interaction I've had with people. People have been emailing me left, right, and center about it. If I haven't got back to you, by the way, I am going through all the emails while I've been on holiday today. So I will be getting back to you either today or tomorrow. So thank you very much. I know I have got back in touch with loads of people about it. So it's just been hit and miss. I've been on my phone at the time when your email came through. And if I'm just going to go back through making sure I don't miss anybody. But yeah, you love that microsite podcast. Well, the people who got in contact with me anyway did. I don't know if everybody did, but loads of people seem to enjoy it. So yeah, it's phenomenal. However, I do have an update on that for you, and I'll give you the update on Friday. I'll do the update on Friday for the microsite. I can't record it yet then because I don't know what the update's going to be. However, we've had a bump in the road. We've had a bloody bump in the road, and I was so excited about it. But it's my own fault as well. And I'm going to tell you exactly all about that on Friday as well, because I know you guys loved it. And I'm going to go through. Some people have been getting in touch and saying, how the hell are your figures working out the same that way? Because and there's one crucial bit of information I don't believe. I think I mentioned, but I don't believe I mentioned how important this bit of information is. So I need to underline it as well and say, look, this is the reason that your numbers don't stack up as well as mine. And it's because of ultimately utilizing the space you've got. And so yeah, I'll go through it all. I'll go through it all on Friday's episode. So yeah, so basically this week I'm giving you an update on everything we're doing. And obviously we've got Clough Road in the mix as well. All right, my friends, thank you so much. I love and appreciate you. And I will see you on Wednesday. See you soon. Bye-bye.